The saga of a rear brake pedal. Watch this video. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So just wanted to give you an update on this project build, which I've got here near completion, but I had to get some emergency parts because the parts that I had, which I thought were correct, were actually incorrect. Namely, for me, this is a Z650 frame with a Z750 engine, Kawasaki. They all operate a similar kind of thing. This is drum brakes I've got on the back. But you've got a pivot arm, a brake rod arm. This is the pedal is on this side, on the outside here. Then this is on the inside of the frame, goes all the way back to the rear wheel. Then as you press the pedal, this rotates this, pulls this arm forwards and backwards to operate the drum brake. So essentially, when you push the pedal down, it has an automatic return, and it does that via a spring. So the spring can be located in lots of different ways. So you can have just a straight spring that's just got a hook on the top, hook on the bottom, and it's hooked onto a part of the frame and also onto the brake pedal. So as you push down the brake pedal, then the spring just pulls it back up. There's another one, another type, that can either be on the outside of the frame, or in this case, on the inside of the frame, which essentially works off here. So I'm going to put this down and I'll show you exactly how it works. So if you can imagine the frame, this part slots through the frame, and then your brake pedal slips onto here on the outside of the frame, and then you've got a retaining nut there. This spring hooks onto the mechanism here, and this part here actually just feeds into a hole in the frame. So as you rotate this, then it activates the spring, and then the spring will return it to its neutral position. Every bike is different. Every bike is going to have a different spring mechanism, but essentially it's going to be some kind of spring that pulls it back into position. So it depends what you got. You might have a Harley, you might have a Suzuki, you might have a really old bike, you might have a new bike, but essentially there's going to be some kind of force to bring that pedal back up after you've released it. The problem that I had with this part, which was wrong, is that this spline coming out was just a little bit too short. And also on the new part which I got, and also on this one, it doesn't quite face up to the side here very well. So when I actually put this to the frame, this part here, this flange here, right there, which actually was sticking away from the frame a little bit, so therefore I couldn't put the pedal on very well. So I actually had to grind down a bit of the weld, which the weld was too big in order for this to work properly. Anyway, so if you got problems in putting on a rear brake pedal and you're not too sure about the spring and how it works, obviously look at the drawings, the parts diagrams for your bike, whatever it is. But essentially, sometimes, especially if you're getting older parts or parts that you think are correct but that might not be 100% correct, you might have to modify them slightly. But if you're grinding down welds, you got to make sure that you haven't destroyed the weld. You just want to have enough clearance so the spring fits and operates correctly. So that's essentially what I've had to do. If I show you there, not sure if you can see that very well, but there we go. That's the brake pedal. The bit is all in there. It goes to my rear wheel there. This gave me a whole load of problems for about a day, just trying to figure out what the hell was wrong, until I realized actually it's the wrong part. So, and also it was all a little bit squiggly bent, not very good. So got the new part, got the new spring on there, and it just went on. After I ground it down a little bit, it just went on perfectly. So there we go. This kind of is a follow-up to my other video about parts here for your bike. Sometimes you get the right part, sometimes it needs a little bit of a modification, sometimes it just needs a little bit of, dare I say, encouragement to fit. And that's what I've found the last few days. I've had to find parts and bits and pieces just to make them fit, or I've had to make little clips here and there just to get it all to work. Anyway, so that's all done now, pretty much. I've started the bike up. And on another video I told you about that, but I really need to get these carbs sorted out, finish off the paint job here. I'm debating whether to do the fuel tank as well. I might do that. I've got to change the registration document for the new colour as well, so I might as well just do that. But I'm hoping I'm away at work for a few days now, but I'm hoping by next week, middle of next week, I should have this up and running and be ready to get it back on the road. Can't be bad. If you like what I do here, just keep on watching the videos and I'll catch you again. Bye now.